That's the only argument I need. The only argument I need that we went to the f***ing moon is that the Soviets would have called us out on it.
That's fair.
That's the only argument I need. Get off my comments, flat earthers. Get off my comments, moon landing deniers. I don't give a what you think.
You got him riled up.
This is not a Joe Rogan, I'm just asking questions platform. I'm not pulling that.
So
this is my damn show. This is Dose of Johnny C.
That's it.
Featuring Rob Perez.
Hi.
That my show. Turn your head and cough. It is your Dose of Johnny C. fortnightly podcast.
Fortnite.
I am with my producer, Rob Perez.
Hola.
You scream his name all the time at trivia. We want Rob. We want Rob. Even when I'm there, we want Rob.
And now I've made it to the podcast. Like
Yeah.
you want me in such a capacity. Now that I have no choice but to be on the Dose of Johnny C.
I feel bad because Dark Jester is not here, but like you this was just an impromptu thing. You and I both live in Crestview.
That's it.
We have a Sunday off. He lives all the way down in Fort Walton. So
yeah.
So speaking of Dark Jester, we're going to talk about how we got here.
Oh goodness, those faces, those glasses, and that blue. My lord,
the Black and Blues Brothers.
But the logo is still tight.
The logo will forever remain the same. So just making sure that I'm still in frame, and I should scooch in just a little bit. There we go. Just a scotch. All right, and that was 2013?
2013, 2014?
So 13 years ago? 13 years ago. I think 13 years ago is when we got the shirts. I think. And so obviously that's me on the left, about 50 pounds skinnier.
Gosh.
At the tender age of 29 or 30.
Yep.
And that's you in the middle.
Also at the tender age of 29 or 30, give or take.
Yeah, and then Dark Jester is on the right, holding the mic.
I was going to say we will not disclose his age for his own sake.
He is the eldest among us, yet the only one with amongst us, between you, me, Coach Sasquatch, and him, the only one of us that still has hair.
That is frustrating.
He's the oldest one of us.
In our defense, we have
has
hair. We have hair, just not where we want it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it like Jeff Foxworthy used to say, it goes in and comes out other places.
There it is.
Because I've got it coming out my nose so bad anymore.
Goodness.
Like you and I are in our 40s. Dark Jester is in his 50s. And believe it or not, Coach Sasquatch, younger than all of us. I'll edit in a picture later. Gray hair, younger than both of us.
I know. Like he's
the
youngest, grayed out.
But and what's funny, like I would say he's a veteran, but so are you and Dark Jester.
Yeah.
He is also a veteran. I'm the only one who's never served.
Yeah.
And I look older than both of you.
That's it. You know, it's either that military / rock star lifestyle.
So he's a football. He's a middle school football coach. I think that's what it is.
Well, therein lies the rub. Like he's a football coach, and in this area, that is the equivalent of being a rock star. Yeah,
it is. So how we got here? So this was our announcing troupe.
Oh, man.
For the roller derby team, the Beach Brawl Skater Dolls out of Fort Walton Beach, Florida. This is where you and I met.
It started as inconspicuously as your trivia thing, because wasn't it just you to start?
It was, no, it was me and Dark Jester.
Okay.
Well, so Dark Jester, they roped him into reffing.
Right.
And
because his wife, Hello Nurse.
Yeah, Hello Nurse. Skated for the longest time.
That's it.
And then I got my start in Derby in actually 2009. I started announcing in 2010. There was a girl who I went to school with who I wanted to date. Mm-hmm. She said, "Hey, come to a roller derby bout." And then she introduced me to her derby wife, Crisis. Mm-hmm. And her husband then was the coach, effing perv. Mm-hmm. And So I showed up, and they asked me to be their announcer the following year.
Nice.
I was working in radio at the time, and they're like, "Oh my God, you got." Everybody said, if I had a dime for every time. Oh, you have a radio voice. Yes, I used to be in radio.
That's it. It got mentioned the other day, which we'll get to.
Yeah,
which we'll get to later.
So it's like, oh yeah. Yes, I used to. So yes, I used to be in radio. I am a washed-up radio DJ. I'm a washed-up radio DJ doing a podcast. You cannot be more stereotypical than that. But I was doing Derby, and then Dark Jester, he wanted to join in, so he would do color commentary. He was much more versed on the game than I ever was.
Yeah.
Still is. And then you joined in.
That's it.
And then
because my wife at the time.
Yep, your wife at the time.
We were looking for something essentially to do, right?
Yeah.
She came in from Panama City. And the most connection that she had at the time was the band I was in.
Mm-hmm.
So she was really looking for something to do. We ended up at the fairgrounds for the fair, and BBSD had a booth at that time, and she loved roller skating and she loved doing all that, but she never in a million years considered roller derby as like a viable option.
Mm-hmm.
She had always thought that, oh, well, I don't know. I love roller skating, but I don't know if I could beat people. I don't know if I could beat people up, and then not but 6 weeks later.
She could.
Elbow dropping bitches.
Yeah.
But to your point, we had got to talking about, how the band thing was going and how commentary was going, and essentially finding that room for that color commentary.
Yep.
When Dark Jester was kind of doing more of the ref side of things.
Yeah, and so like that, and that was perfect, and you were the perfect fit. And so speaking of bands,
oh boy.
For those of you who don't know, part of the reason I even hired you as a co-host is because I knew that you could captivate an audience. Because you were the front man for a legendary rock band on the Emerald Coast. Opening up for 10 years, opening up for Blaze Fest.
Oh, my God.
Back the 2 times we had Blaze Fest at the Boggy Grounds.
And we got one. We got one in. We got the 2014 one.
Yeah. So, the Helvetica effect.
Oh, my gosh.
No, this dude's got pipes. No, you got pipes. You got borderline Chester Bennington pipes.
Oh, don't know.
No, I said borderline.
Yeah.
But
okay.
you know how to draw on an audience. You're way too fucking modest.
It's part of the charm.
It is.
No, but no, like it's hard. It's hard for me to talk about the band. In past tense, because it was such an intense part of my life.
It is. I mean, it's sad that it had to happen, but all good things must come to an end.
That's it.
Life hits. I mean, I look back on my illustrious radio career.
That's it.
And I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with it anymore.
And to be fair, I have a love-hate relationship with band life. Frankly,
yeah.
I love the music-making part of it. I love the creativity, the brotherhood, or nay, sisterhood, when we brought in Carmen. But there's a business aspect of it that no one prepares you for, and especially in this day and age, the digital age. It was hard enough for an artist to get to that point of recognition that you had so masterfully placed us in. But it's even harder nowadays for artists just to get anyone to listen, because the saturation overall is absolutely
very saturated
insane.
Market.
And that's it, and you got the advent of TikTok and God knows however many other platforms that you just have to keep up with. And not even just from a musical standpoint. If you're just not entertaining, period, no one gives a shit. You know? There aren't a lot of bands coming out nowadays that have mystique, right?
Yeah.
That and we could go on, but yeah, the point being,
on my end, radio's dying. So everybody's got a podcast. More people are wanting their on-demand music. A lot more people are listening to streaming and Spotify. More and more original radio shows are being syndicated. There's very few local radio DJs anymore. Like, we're lucky to have a few here on the Emerald Coast with Kevin McKay on 99 Rock, with Hayden on C96.
That's it.
And so, like, we're lucky to have those guys. But after they're gone, like, after they hang it up, like, that's it. That's going to be it. Well, I think it's starting to make a comeback. I've heard more people are listening to terrestrial radio again. Yeah. So, and I actually went back on the air very recently. We'll talk about that here.
We'll talk about that later.
But yeah, I mean, and with me, working in radio is not as illustrious as it is. Like, it was really cool to, have my voice out there. People listen, like, and they hear my voice. It's like, oh my God, you're on the radio, or doing remotes. Like, I'm next to the band. Hey, of course, what I hated was guys I hadn't talked to since middle school, and guys who had bullied me in middle school saying, "Hey, can you hook me up with some concert tickets?" Fuck you. And the last radio job, the last full-time radio job I had, you have to wear a lot of different hats. You can't just, because being a radio DJ used to be, before computers, before automation, it was, you were constantly changing out carts, you were constantly running music, and then you would come in and talk during a break, before a commercial break, and then you'd organize the music.
Right.
Then with automation, the DJ's job was literally just content creation. So they had to do other jobs. My job, I was the production director. I was in charge of making the commercials that everyone changed the station for.
Yep.
And then I went to data entry, what's called traffic direction.
Right.
Processing commercial orders, and then I was doing that on top of production, on top of being a DJ, on top of being the makeshift engineer, on top of the the go-to troubleshooting guy, and on top of being the script writer. And I got so burnt out. And the data entry part, I didn't go to school for that. It's boring. I had, at the time, undiagnosed ADHD.
Yep.
And I kept making mistakes. And so I stepped down and I went to back to part-time. And then suddenly they had no part-time hours. And I was thrown away after 4 years of working at that place and just being completely cast aside. And that's when my wife said, "You know what? We have money from the wedding." I had just gotten married.
Yeah.
And she said, "We have money from the wedding, and if you want to go into business for yourself, I'll support you."
Yeah.
And that was 13 years ago.
Yeah.
When this photo was taken.
There it is.
Yep.
And that kind of doubles back to the band thing. Like I said, I love the creativity side of things. But you get to a point where, again, you are doing literally everything.
Yes.
And that kind of where I was going with the content creation is that you have to be your own producer, your own manager, your own booking agent, your own publicist, your own graphic designer. And I was literally wearing all of those hats.
Yep.
So yeah, no, love-hate relationship with it. I loved it, but like you said, all good things.
And you were doing all of it with not a lot of payoff.
No, not a lot of pay. Period.
Not a lot of pay. Period. You had to do all of that on top of a day job.
That's it. Which as it goes, man. Sometimes you got to be a weekend warrior about it. And to your point, we had gotten to some pretty decent pinnacles. But yeah, at a certain point, you get burnt out, and you say, you know what, I'm done. Take a breath and do all the things. But to that point, when we were doing the Black and Blues Brothers types things, it was kind of still within that flux and still within trying to find where we were as a band and where all that was. And, with Anna coming in and doing Derby, that allowed me to kind of get more knowledge on that. And, of course, become fast friends with you. And then fast forward,
This was a few years ago at Pensacon.
That's it.
Minus our hair.
That's it.
So yeah, we kind of reconnected at Pensacon.
We really did, yeah.
So I was going to Pensacon. Daniel Dark Jester volunteers at Pensacon.
That's it, and
you were playing a show.
That's it.
And I remember that show too.
Oh, everyone, we don't talk about those gold hot pants. But yeah, no, we well, I had just after the band, I built my own studio, Paradigm Logic Studios. And one of the artists that we brought in, the legendary Nick
Flagstar,
right? Nick Flagstar and his Dirty Mangy Dogs, and it was just him and Jay Legs at the time. He was doing the guitar, he was doing the White Stripes thing, and Jay was on the drums, and they would run his guitar through a bass amp and just letting that be the low end, right? So we produced the record, and I played bass on a couple of tracks just to kind of fill in the space, because there wasn't, there were moments where it's like, I don't know if I have the touch for it. And then after the record had come out, in fact, we officially released it at Pensacon, if I recall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was it that Pensacon?
It was that Pensacon. Yeah.
That was 2024.
2024.
Yeah, 2024.
So, yeah, if I recall correctly, that's exactly what we did. It was like a whole ass thing. Like, we were going to give out the CD, but it was also going to be a Rocky Horror Picture Show theme show. So yeah. it was just a culmination of all these different things just happening all at once.
And you got to meet Barry Bostwick and Nell Campbell. That was really cool.
That was wild. But yeah, how I even gotten here, because I wasn't even planning on playing anything. But Nick was like, it would just be really cool if we got you in there, and, it's this big show. We want it to sound big. Come on up. And there it is. And me and the gold hot pants. Please do not pull up any photos.
I'm not. I'm actually going to check real quick to make sure that we're actually recording audio.
Oh, I swear to God.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if we're not.
Okay, we are.
Oh,
we are.
Sweet Jesus.
We are. Oh my God, and I'm so much louder than you, but I'm glad that we're recording on separate channels.
That's okay. It. You can just be in post. It's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah,
we're not doing this live, by the way. We're like I can't bring myself to do anything like this live.
Although it would be a hell of a thing live for sure. But yeah, no, this was that. Like you said, that rekindling of not really rekindling. It's not like we weren't ever not friends or anything.
Right, right. Well, like we kind of all went our own separate ways.
Yeah, once Derby sort of like faded in the background, I think is probably the best way to put it.
It is. I mean, we all had our own reasons for leaving Derby.
That's it.
I got back into it for a little bit post pandemic. Yeah. Montgomery invited me to be their announcer.
I remember that.
And then Muskogee out of Columbus invited me to be their announcer. So that was, but I had to step away from that because that was a 2.5-hour drive to Montgomery from here, a 4-hour drive to Columbus from here. And I mean, they were paying me pretty decently, but it was it was a Saturday, and I had so few Saturdays off as it was then. And so I decided to take a step back from it. And so, but I mean, I enjoyed every second of it.
For sure,
we kind of rekindled this. So Dark Jester, I had just hired him to co-host because so 2023, beginning of 2023, I had 3 venues.
Right.
I was doing 2 nights in Crestview, and I was doing a night in Fort Walton Beach. And just at the beginning of 2023, I made a promise to myself because in 2022, wasn't making a whole lot of money. So I decided, and I was like looking up jobs, and there was a thing about Amazon. They just opened up an Amazon distribution center close to here.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I can work for Amazon. They're a big company. It's fine. Well, little did I know it was gig economy work, and I was working in the distribution center, and I was doing the grunt work. I was doing the sorting.
Oh, wow.
And all of that to go into the boxes to be sent out the next day, basically guaranteeing two-day shipping to the more rural areas in Northwest Florida.
Right.
I was there 5 days. I lasted 5 days.
Jesus.
I was 39 years old. My bosses at the time were in their 20s, and there was a guy they gave us required breaks because they were getting so much flack for how they treat their employees. They don't treat them that well.
No, I don't imagine so.
And he yelled at us. He's like, "It's 2:50. Your break ends at 2:15. Not leave the break room at 2:15 and get on the floor at 2:17."
Woof.
Yeah. So that's time theft. I mean, there's a reason why Amazon's a $1 trillion company, and it's because they're so cheap. And like when they started training us, they had like one row of us to like distribute boxes and everything, but then once our training was done, we had 2 rows to work with, and we were all getting behind. And of course, I'm the oldest one on the floor at 39.
Yeah.
And there was a point where they had me like unstacking like these big pallets of boxes. Big old pile fell on me. I screamed. No one batted a fucking eye.
Oh, Jesus.
No one batted a fucking eye.
Oh, my God.
And also, like, in a separate incident, I was trying to pick up a box and I, like, sprained something. Like, it was sharp pain shooting up.
Yeah.
Found out it was carpal tunnel.
Oh.
But it was, like, the worst pain. I could not pick up a box. And I said, do you guys have, like, a brace or anything like that? And they said, oh, well, you know, just take this, like, rubber glove and take this thing and just, like, wrap it. That's it. And get back on the floor.
Yo, come on.
Yeah, no.
Dude.
Fuck Amazon.
Absolutely.
Even though I order everything from them still.
I mean.
But I will never work. And so I made a promise to myself because I wasn't about to risk injury for the job that I was doing really well at, which was hosting trivia for a part-time job.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I said, okay, no, I gotta beef up this job. So I got to get more venues. My goal was 5 venues by the end of 2023. I ended up with 5 venues by the end of 2023.
Yeah.
And one of those venues wanted me twice a week.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it twice a week. Enter Dark Jester.
Yeah.
And he did an amazing job. Like, that was a man, like just like you. Like, I had known him a little longer, but I knew I could trust him to do it.
Yeah.
And same with you. I've known you for years. I know you know your shit. So big trust. And so, hence the big family, and then we just brought in Coach Sasquatch.
That's it.
So to do bingo for us, I've asked him if he wanted to do trivia. He said no.
Yeah.
No. He said no because he's just started.
Only the strong survive.
Well, no. And the
No,
thing
I'm
is,
kidding,
well,
I'm
no, and the
kidding.
thing
I
is
love you,
too,
John.
like, you know, his day job will get in the way of it.
Oh, for sure.
And trivia is a whole different animal too.
Oh, it is.
Hosting trivia is a whole, like you learned real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How involved it is.
Involved, detail-oriented, and how hype these people get.
Yes.
Like, I love, I love everybody that is in that room when we're doing trivia, but God damn, is it intense.
It does. It gets super intense.
You don't get a fact right, and ooh, they check you.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Quick.
oh my God.
Quick.
I had them, like, they ambushed me on a night I was DJing, saying, actually, I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, man.
And that's why.
But that's good, though.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful thing.
Dark
that
Jester
they're
came up with the best quote because I'm the one who writes the questions.
Yeah.
I'm I write the questions, but Dark Jester had the best saying. He says, Johnny may not always be correct, but he's always right. Because I'm like, I don't care if your answer matches my answer. What if it doesn't match that? It doesn't matter.
That's it.
And hey, you know what? Sometimes I get it wrong. It is 1% of the time that I get it wrong.
Fair point.
1% of the time. Out of 100 questions, I maybe get one wrong.
Yeah.
I'm human.
That's it.
But I don't want to draw from these question banks. I don't want to draw from a national syndicate or anything like that. I want things
because at that point, what's the venue to stop, or what's to stop a venue?
Yeah, what's to stop the venue from doing it themselves, for one.
That's it.
Also, like I've looked up stuff on question banks. It's too easy.
Yeah.
It's too easy. And there's no creativity behind it. I try to come up with creative categories like Jeopardy.
I guarantee you no one will come up with a category. What was it? It was counties in a state, was it? The county flags. No, city flags.
City flags.
Flags. Oh
Fun
my
with city
God.
flags. Fun with city flags. That's
No! Never
fun
again,
with
Johnny.
Fun with city flags. I was on vacation. I left you like a lamb to the
Oh
slaughter
my
for
God.
that one.
The slaughter I
was in Scotland for that, wasn't
that
I?
I was like the general malaise that went over the crowd. Everyone looking like, what the fuck is this? Me looking like, what the fuck is this? Oh God! Like no one. I think there was maybe like one person who had gotten maybe
The
two
Chicago
people.
flag?
The Chicago
The Chicago flag.
But everyone else is like, cities have flags. The fuck? Like, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's like, all right, let's get a bonus song in.
So I'm surprised
better.
no one picked up on the New York flag.
You know. I don't know that it says recognizable, but
Yep. And speaking of New York,
Speaking of New York,
so I'm donning my Yankees gear because I have no Knicks gear. I'm not a huge follower of the NBA. Not since Jordan retired.
That's it.
You know, LeBron's overrated. You can come at me, bro.
There is no coming at you.
6 championships. That's the only argument I need.
For the
Braun went 4 for 10. He went 4 for 10, and it took him 20 years.
There's a wonderful quote that,
and also back-to-back three-peats. That's the only argument I need.
That Steve Kerr made. And this was during the, when Golden State was really getting after it. And Steve Kerr, for those of you that don't know, he was the point guard for you sports nerds during the three-peat repeat.
Yep.
He was the point guard.
Yep.
And he had said something to the effect of, LeBron was a sometimes player. Sometimes he's hot, sometimes he's not. And that is the difference between him and Jordan or Pippen. Like, they were always fucking on.
And you could always, you can make the argument Jordan was nothing without Pippen. Well, LeBron was nothing without Kyrie.
Yeah.
And
to be fair, Pippen held that Bulls team together in that year and a half that Jordan was gone.
Yeah,
he held on for dear life.
But this isn't about the Bulls. This is about the Knicks.
The Knicks. Congrats.
Here's my thing. I'm not. My wife's the Yankee fan. I don this to support her. They have become my adopted AL team. I'm a Braves fan through and through.
Cubs fan here.
Yep.
Chicago all the way.
Yep.
Except for the White Sox, those dirty South Siders.
Oh my! Don't even get me started, dude. So Braves played the White Sox 2 games. It's supposed to be a 3-game series.
You say don't get you started, and we get you started.
Well, no. So I can't even be mad at this one because we're in Chicago. We're at Guaranteed Rate Field. By the way, you're a garbage team when your stadium has sold its naming rights to some sort of mortgage broker. Guaranteed Rate Field, Lone Depot Park for the Marlins. Your team is trash when those are the play. They might as well say check cashing place park.
Dude, I can't talk right now. I got my Bears possibly going to Indiana. That's a whole other topic in itself.
Yeah, but they're on the south side of Chicago.
Yeah,
and so they're playing in this game, and it goes into extra innings.
Yeah.
And Raciel Iglesias, he's on close to a 30-game streak with saves.
Yeah.
And he blows his first save in 30 games that he went in as a closer. But I can't be mad at this one because he blew it to a kid who it was his first big league game. His big league game appearance, and this kid hit a 2-run blast to walk it off. I can't be mad as a baseball fan. I can't be mad. Just like I'm not a huge NBA basketball fan, and I'll occasionally watch the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
But as a sports fan, I was thrilled about this.
Absolutely.
You cannot claim, unless you're a San Antonio Spurs fan,
who are hurting right now, respectfully.
They're hurting, but you know what? Wemby needs to grow up.
That's it.
Wemby needs to grow up. I know he's just a kid, but when he's starting to taunt players and I'm in your head, and then he gets elbowed in the face, he wholeheartedly
which it's already hard enough to elbow that man.
Oh yeah.
You got to literally jump to do so.
Well, Jalen Brunson was short enough; he could have elbowed him in the nuts and it put him in fine. And speaking of Jalen Brunson, that man right there, you want to talk about putting the team on his fucking back?
You are not wrong.
Putting the team on his damn back. He 45 points, tied for most in a finals game. Tied for most in a finals game. And he has gone down. He will never have to buy a goddamn thing in the city of New York for the rest of his fucking life.
I will say, when I saw Wu-Tang come out, what was it, Game 4? I knew it was over. That's it.
Oh,
They're coming back. They're doing it.
Yeah. It's going to be. I as much. And I hate to say this, I hate for any team to lose, for that, I wanted them to win it in the Garden.
Oh, for sure.
Just so that I could watch that place fucking explode.
Oh, yeah.
When, when that moment happened. But all the diehard celebrities were there. Spike Lee was there to witness it. Patrick Ewing, who's a part of the organization, he finally now has a ring.
That's it.
Not as a player, but he still has one.
That's
he still gets it. He got to hold the trophy.
Because it was 73 when they last won.
Yeah, 73 when they last won.
Hell.
Ewing was on the 99 team.
Yeah.
The last time they went.
Yeah.
And also last year Pacers, with that whole shit, of course, the guy who was starting to taunt the Knicks, he ended up getting injured in the finals, and of course that ended up losing it for the Pacers.
Yeah.
And I hate for anybody to actually get hurt, but at the same time, karma's a bitch.
That it is.
So. But Jalen Brunson, that man right there, and he was stone-faced. Every press conference, everything. He was.
It's that Kobe mentality, man.
Yeah.
Job's not done.
And the thing is, I got to hear him talk.
Yeah.
I got to hear him speak, and he has probably the highest sports intelligence of anybody I've seen in a long time. Like him, Steph Curry, all these guys, they have these high sports IQs. And I hear him talk, I'm like, you're a fucking nerd. You're a fucking nerd. You are a neurospicy basketball nerd.
But that's what it takes.
But you got that focus. You were thinking 10 paces ahead of everybody. Give Brunson the fucking ball.
Absolutely.
He will figure shit out.
Absolutely.
And he did it for 4 fucking games. And he almost did it for that 5th.
Yeah.
If it weren't for a jinx in the building.
Look, I'm gonna say it right now. How this ended and how it all went down like that, it couldn't have been any other way.
I agree.
How could you not have, you had game 1, game 2, Emperor Palpatine shows up.
You needed to have that moment of that foil. Yeah, you needed to have that small foil, that small setback in any movie.
That's it.
And then of course the miracle went that miracle tip in game 4. And watching the Garden
just fucking explode.
Oh my God! Seeing Jerry Seinfeld's face. Mariska Hargitay.
My heart.
Olivia Benson from SVU.
Especially heinous.
She was so, and I also read that she actually sprinted because she was performing on Broadway.
Yeah.
So she was sprinting from the theater district to MSG.
Oh, wow.
From 33rd Street to
That's
MSG.
gnarly.
10 blocks.
That doesn't surprise me.
Sprinted.
That does not surprise me.
And made it there. So, you can say what you want about these. For one, those celebrities, it's very hard for those celebrities to get courtside tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Diehards like Spike Lee.
Mm-hmm.
He's a staple. He will always have those floor seats.
That's it.
But they have to jump through so many hoops to even be a part of that.
Jump through hoops.
That totally not intended.
Totally.
But yeah, it was, as a sports fan, you have to appreciate what they did. And unless you're in San Antonio, you were a Knicks fan.
And I think even in San Antonio, right? They probably see the flaws and they say, okay, we'll see you next year.
Yeah. Well, and they're a young team. They will until of course basketball doesn't even have a salary cap. So they'll be okay. Yeah. The Spurs will be okay.
For sure.
But that right there, I was so glad that I actually watched that game. I did not watch Game 4 live.
Yeah.
I was actually watching the score stream because we were about to go to bed. So I was watching the score stream, and then I saw the last second tip. I'm like, oh my God, 106 to 107. What the fuck?
Right.
And then 1.1 seconds left. I'm like, oh, this is over. And so then I'm refreshing my Facebook feed for when they show the highlight of it. I'm like, oh,
dude,
to be in that building, to be anywhere. And this is where, you and I both can relate.
Oh, for sure.
There is nothing like a live crowd.
Oh my God.
This is where it's
a drug, dude. Oh God, it's a drug.
I was a shit radio DJ because I had no one to feed off of.
Yeah.
It was an empty room, and in order to think of something every day to talk about, and of course you have to talk about certain things, certain promotions, and sometimes it's hard to get excited about.
Hell, we were just talking about it a minute ago, just kind of, doing this introductory, like, what the hell do we even think of?
It's hard. It's hard. Well, then you and I started bullshitting. I'm like, no. I'm getting the camera. We're fucking recording. We're rolling this shit. This is what this podcast is going to fucking be.
There it is.
I might bring in a guest every now and then, but this works. We'll bring in Dark Jester
whenever he can.
Whenever he can. I'll have to get a fourth mic for Sasquatch, like for the four of us.
Wouldn't you know, I have a studio.
You have a bigger studio than mine. You do.
I mean, and no, I wouldn't. Well.
No, space-wise you do.
Space-wise a little bit.
Space-wise you do. Yeah. Well, yours is built in your garage. Mine's built into a guest room in my house.
That's right. I want to build it outside. That's a topic for another conversation, though.
Or we just do it on location at like Task Force or Corporate Tail or something.
Wild.
Like just the four of us, like...
I bet Katie would lose her mind.
Yeah.
That'd
my
cool.
God. Yeah, Katie or Bobby or,
but to your point,
yep.
There's nothing like a live crowd.
There is nothing like a live crowd.
And if we get an opportunity to do this live...
Oh, my God. That would be great.
Bruh. But to your original point.
But yeah, there's nothing like a live crowd. And that's part of why I like doing trivia so much is because I get to respond to a live crowd. And that's also where I'm like, there are four things one of four things that a guy has to have to be attractive to that a straight cis male
I can't wait
has
for
to be
ready.
Attractive. This is in like this is like TikTok shit, but one of four things. You have to be tall, handsome, rich, or funny.
I make my girlfriend laugh. I get the witch cackle, so I'm happy. I'm happy with it.
So I straight up asked my wife. I said, "What attracted you to me?" And she straight up first response was, "You make me laugh."
All right.
Which also said, "Okay, I'm not handsome."
Oh no!
Because I know I'm broke.
I would say you're conventionally handsome.
Yeah, I'm conventionally handsome, and I'm
taller
than her.
Secure enough in my sexuality.
I'm not terrible looking.
Not at all.
I'm not terrible looking. I am, I am fluffy. But
I mean, we are getting up in age.
We are.
The fluffy happens whether we want it or not.
Well, I mean, I've been fluffy. Like I haven't been below 200 since high school. So, but I'm taller than her. So like I had tall, and you had to have like I think it was two of those criteria.
Yeah.
So wasn't rich when I met my wife. I was back with my parents, like, and it was all part-time work. But and of course, like I'm not saying that my wife is shallow or anything like that. But like that initial, I'm talking about initial attraction.
Yeah, for sure.
Initial attraction, and so, but the biggest thing for me that I have going for me is that I'm funny looking. No, that's how everyone else will reply.
That's
but no, humor is my thing.
Yeah,
humor is my thing. But the thing is like I've done stand-up before. I've either killed or I've bombed.
Right.
There is no in between. And normally the places where I've killed, I've had like people in the audience who know me.
Yeah.
And so I'm able to tell stories and they can like relate to it or whatever. I've done like crowds in front of strangers, nothing. Yeah. So, but when you're hosting, there's a format that you go along with. There's a framework in place. Mm-hmm. But it allows me to be quippy.
Yeah.
Because I can respond.
Yeah.
I could probably do like crowd work, but I need something to set up that crowd work.
Word.
So like when someone gets a wrong answer, I can, there was a thing, I forget what it was. There was a group of some young Gen Z kids who just got out of high school. They were playing. Mm-hmm. They were playing one night, and I played like an older song, and they said, "We don't know this. We were born in the 1900s."
Ow!
And it was one of those classic songs like everybody else knows, but they were too young to know. And I'm like, "You're uncultured swine."
That's wild.
So they asked me. They said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did that trigger you?"
Oh, boy.
And I responded with, "No, I'm not easily triggered because I was born in the 1900s.
But yeah, to your point, there is definitely a vast difference between portraying Rockstar, right?
Yeah.
Yelling at everyone, "You motherfuckers having a good time or what?" To going to that format. And I'll be the first to say I was nervous as hell. Still am. I still get butterflies, which is a good thing. Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's definitely a vast difference. But I'm grateful for the format.
Yeah.
And it allows. And
I have never heard a single complaint.
Yeah, it allows me to be.
They prefer you over me. Actually,
stop it.
They do. No, there's a guy who's like, we want Rob back.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, he's the best host I've ever experienced.
Oh man.
And so no, like never heard a bad thing about you.
I'm trying.
Yeah. But you know, being on the radio, I had a chance to be on the radio. My buddy Gareth Stearns, the nostalgia guy.
Yes, sir.
No, he was gracious enough to bring me on his show. Like I mentioned that I was doing a podcast. He says, "Hey, why don't you come on my radio show?" And so I was doing this radio show, and it was very much shooting the shit. That's all it was. Like just like what we're doing now.
Yeah, very similar.
Like, and so he was kind of setting us up. Like Gareth and I had like crossed paths a few times, but he never really like got to know me. And so we get to this point where we're talking about our favorite movies, and like what is on our Mount Rushmore of movies, and like my obvious ones. Back to the Future trilogy. That's
brilliant.
Star Wars original trilogy.
For sure.
But then I said, okay, but I'm going to put up a Teddy Roosevelt one. So Teddy Roosevelt, he's on Mount Rushmore because he was president when they were building Mount Rushmore.
Right.
Granted, Teddy did great things.
For sure.
Not as much as FDR, but Teddy did, great things as president. And of course, like he has his own stuff. He was a Rough Rider, all that kind of stuff. But he's up there because he was president when they were building it. But I said, like if you want a current like Mount Rushmore of movies, I said Project Hail Mary.
I still haven't seen it.
Dude.
I know. I want to though. But I think we're out of theaters now, so I'm just gonna have to wait.
Well, no, it's on straight. Well, no, it's going on MGM Plus. I know, another fucking streaming service.
Tired.
So, yeah, it's going on MGM.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
But it was. Project Hail Mary was. Amaze.
Yeah, exactly. I've read bits and pieces of the book. I've heard nothing but good things.
Yep. I heard one bad thing from a guy, but it's because he read the book.
Okay.
And he didn't like how they portrayed Rocky.
Really?
And he's like, I walked out of the theater after that, and I'm like, you're a fucking snob. Like
just take it for what it is. It's based upon the book for a reason. It's not going to be word for word.
To me, it was our modern day E.T.
That's awesome.
You pair that with the Artemis launch, and it got people excited about space again.
And that's it, right? And that's been a big thing now, and especially with old Elon Musk, going to like first trillionaire status in the world.
Yeah,
which that's a whole other topic.
That's a whole other topic. Day. Well, what's funny though is I was actually going into that. So Elon Musk. SpaceX going public.
Yeah.
But NASA chose Blue Origin for their lander.
Right.
So they did not choose SpaceX for their lander. So it just makes me wonder, like, is Blue Origin going to get that bigger boost? Is Bezos going to reach that trillion mark after we land on the moon again?
There's a lot to be said about SpaceX, and especially with their overall financial trajectory, because you got to figure they're still, even in the successes they've had, they're still losing billions upon billions of dollars.
Well, in Blue Origin, one of their rockets blew up.
Yeah,
very recently. But we're talking about, and I mentioned, I'm like, people are excited about space again.
Yeah,
and the guy sitting across from me puts up his fingers in air quotes and saying space.
Oh Christ!
I'm going to run this clip.
Oh Christ!
Especially especially if you're a science nerd, it was amaze, and of course it came out during the right when Artemis was doing the launch. So I love that we're all excited about space again.
Yeah.
I mean, just going back to
Elon Musk he's a new trillionaire today.
Space. But Blue Origin is
wait, space doesn't exist, Keith?
It might not.
Are you a flat earther?
Oh, God,
I'm not.
no.
I'm not a flat earther.
What's are you? What's a conspiracy theory that you are willing to die?
Oh,
on?
dear Lord, here we go.
Oh boy.
I didn't know I'd be asking
really,
that.
really none. It's just, can you open your mind enough to suspend your disbelief to give it a shot? Flat Earth's like a litmus test. Like, if you can just suspend your disbelief for long enough to understand that it might be possible, then you can look into things with from an outside perspective, possibly.
So,
What
yeah. So
the
I mentioned I
door.
I mentioned I was funny. In my 42 years on this planet, of all the jokes and all the quips I've told, of all the original material that I probably could have done, the literal funniest thing I could have done was that.
Put up the curb credits. You're ready. Bum, bum, bum.
Yep. So,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
it was. The Earth's not flat. The Earth is not flat.
No. Let's be clear. He said you need to consider the position.
No.
You need to.
No.
It's a litmus though.
So I was going. So here's the thing: is
For
I was
what though? What's the litmus for what?
Yeah,
Exactly?
the litmus for what? Here's the thing: I am open to the possibility of a lot of shit. I do not completely deny. I think. I mean, I went to Loch Ness. I bribed Nessie with Tree Fitty.
Tree Fitty.
The possibility is there.
That's it.
The possibility is there.
For certain things, sure.
Because there is not proof that it doesn't exist.
For sure.
How on earth do we even have the shit that we have for you to watch? Like, I'm still recording, right?
Yeah.
How on earth do we have the shit, the technology in place to be able to do all the things that we're doing, if not for this? And here's the thing: flat earthers, don't even bother in the fucking comment sections. I'm gonna delete you. I'm gonna delete you because I don't give a fuck what your explanation is. Like, seriously. I believe in the possibility of something until something is proven without a shadow of a doubt that it's not.
That's science.
That's what science is.
Right?
I have friends who went to UCF.
Yeah.
Who currently work for NASA. I have another friend he doesn't work for NASA, but he is in the space milieu, so to speak. Space is fucking real.
Yeah.
The Earth is not fucking flat. We went to the fucking moon. Because it actually costs more. It would cost more money for them to produce a realistic looking production of us going to the moon than it would for us to have gone to the fucking moon. $500 billion went into NASA during the moon landing program, and that equated to $5 trillion today,
Right.
adjusted for inflation. $5 trillion.
And they're still doing
5
it.
times.
Why do you think we're still launching these rockets, man?
Yeah.
We trying to
Have
go.
you been to a fucking launch? I've been to launches.
That's it. I've seen it. My mother, she lives in Satellite Beach, which is not, but I want to say an hour.
Yeah.
From the launch site. We've seen launches from there, man.
Yep.
And it's like, how do you not? And again, it comes back to this whole thing. Why are all these people? Why is Bezos? Why is Musk? Why are we trying to go into space?
Yeah.
If it.
Why are we spending all this goddamn money?
Exactly.
Why are we spending all this goddamn money? And of course, you ever watch Interstellar?
Yeah.
Well, so they were saying they were saying that the moon program was basically propaganda to help to make the USSR go into debt.
Right. That was a whole plot line for the education.
If we didn't go to the moon, why didn't the Soviets call us out on it? That is literally that
more to
that
the
is my
point,
six rings argument.
Why was the
That is my
Soviets
six
not
rings
trying to do
argument.
the same at the time?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. No, that's my that's my six ring argument for Jordan. That is that like that's the only argument I need. The only argument I need that we went to the fucking moon is that the Soviets would have called us out on it.
That's fair.
That's the only argument I need. Get off my comments, flat earthers. Get off my comments, moon landing deniers. I don't give a fuck what you think.
You got him riled up.
This is not a Joe Rogan, I'm just asking questions platform. I'm not pulling that shit.
So
this is my goddamn show. This is Dose of Johnny fucking C.
That's it.
Featuring Rob Perez.
Hi.
My fucking show.
So for the record, do not ever throw space in air quotes to this man ever again. Dear God, because this is how he's red. He's as red as that fucking screen.
Fucking stupid. Fucking stupid. Oh my God. Well, and it's the internet's fault. It's the internet's fault because, these people used to be just on the fringe. They were your crazy drunk uncle. But now they have a fucking platform.
That's it.
That platform, and then they interconnect. They interconnect and they bring themselves into this echo chamber. They bring themselves into this echo chamber with people who agree with them, and so it validates what they think. And then, of course, when literally 99.9% of people are saying, no, it's not how this works, they are so pathetic because they are so mediocre in their fucking lives that they think that they have this in. They have this in on the secret that no one else knows, and that they're not following in with the lemmings. No! Sometimes shit just is.
That's it.
Sometimes shit just is. I believe in the possibility of the Kennedy assassination.
Yeah, I mean,
I believe that it is there.
There's differences there, sure.
Earth is fucking round.
You heard it here first and last. Not flat. We checked. Brought to you by Science and Critical Thinking. For a better tomorrow.
And so, yeah, we're
Are we out?
No. I think we're still recording. We are still recording.
Okay.
Thank God. We're coming up on an hour though, so
we are not. Man, this tape is fantastic. God.
So
are you, okay. First and foremost, are you okay?
Yeah.
Do you need?
Believe it or not, I have, for a guy my size, I have low blood pressure.
Hey,
it probably isn't low right now.
No, definitely not right now.
But I have astoundingly low blood pressure.
Oh my
gosh. I will fight. That is a hill I will fucking die on.
Fight you over
so,
Earth being round.
Oh my God! Just, you know what? I'm glad you're here. Seriously, this is. I needed someone here to bounce off of. That's what this is, and that's all this is going to be. Fuck niches. They say to do well on the internet, you have to have a fucking niche.
That's it.
My niche is I'm fucking Johnny C.
There it is.
I don't want to get too full of myself. I've done the work. I have the cred.
That's it.
So I just don't have a platform anymore.
I mean,
and I could never talk about this on my old radio job.
Well, not without a whole bunch of. Well, I don't know. I feel like you'd get a lot of people in agreement. You definitely get the fringe guys or girls. Not to assume any conspiracy theorists' genders.
Well, you want to talk about guys? I think guys is gender neutral anymore, or it can be gender neutral. But it can just like.
Dudes.
Yeah, just like dudes.
We're all dudes.
Like I say to my wife, I say to my wife, dude, all the time.
I say it to Pam all the time too.
But anyway,
dude.
Dose of Johnny C podcast powered by Ace 50 Media and Paradigm Logic Studios.
Yeah,
you can check us out on all the socials: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all that Dose of Johnny C and at Paradigm.
Yeah, Paradigm has all the socials, but Paradigm also has an official website.
Oh.
Because we fancy. Huh?
Oh.
ParadigmLogicStudios.com.
All right. And it's also ace50media.com. I really just go by socials anymore.
That's it.
So, and of course, our trivia nights. This is how we make our money. We do not make our money doing this.
Not yet.
Not yet, anyway. So, this is how we make our money. We have trivia at Task Force Pizza on Monday nights here in Crestview on Monday night starting at 6 p.m. This week it's general trivia. If you're watching this afterwards, we don't know what the fucking theme is. So, we also have Soundside Trivia. Dark Jester hosts that one on Monday nights down in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. Rich Crabtrap I host on Tuesday nights, and that is in Fort Walton Beach. That also starts at 6 p.m. And then we've got Crooked Tail. That is the signature, the original Crestview Trivia Night, and that is at Crooked Tail on Thursday nights at 6 p.m. So the OG Crestview Trivia Night, we've been at Crooked Tail for 6 years.
Holy cow.
6 years now. So, and we really do appreciate all of our venues for having us on board and giving us a home for our trivia family. And then Friday nights, Dark Jester hosts down at the Blue Tea in Niceville on Friday nights. That's at 7 p.m. By the way, for anybody who this is just my opinion, doesn't reflect everybody's opinion.
Oh boy.
But it's whatever. And of course we host trivia on at Wharf 850 Sunday nights 7 p.m. Niceville, Florida. Or 6 p. Oh, nope. That's wrong. That's 6 p.m.
How dare you?
6 p.m. We're recording on a Sunday, so it's 6 p.m. tonight. So that is all of our trivias. And then, of course, we got Music Bingo at Task Force Pizza on Tuesdays with Teacher Tuesday. And we've got Wharf 850 Bingo on Wednesdays. That is where you and I, so at Task Force, you and Coach Sasquatch swap out for that.
That's it.
And then Coach Sasquatch hosts at Wharf 850 on Wednesdays.
There you go.
And then Club TFP. This is just during the summer.
How's that been going? Dude, you were telling me that this last one was brilliant.
We still got a few minutes, so before we have to wrap up, I don't want this to go longer than an hour.
For sure.
But, so Club TFP. So I thought of this idea. I'm like, you know what? During the summer, so I hosted another venue, and I gotta give them a shout out. Eagle's Nest at Blackwater. We'll start back there in the fall.
Nice.
My buddy Joe and Rob, they run that whole thing. I used to work with them at a place called The Heights. Did trivia with them.
Yep.
Chef Joe, an amazing chef. Rob, an amazing GM. Great bar staff. Great staff overall at Eagle's Nest at Blackwater. So bring up their slide here, like in post. But anyway, Club TFP. It's at Task Force Pizza Friday nights up in Crestview at Task Force Pizza Crestview. So I came up with this idea. I'm like, you know what? We got space here. We could open up a dance floor and do something for Friday nights.
That's it.
But I thought back to like because I watched these old millennial TikToks. And, like we all long for our old club days, like especially, women long for their old club days. And so, I mean, I didn't really go to the club that much.
I will say, like, I was definitely doing the club thing when Helvetica was starting because we started playing Nighttown. Remember that bad boy?
Nighttown. No, let me tell you about Nighttown. I got felt up by a dude at Nighttown.
I mean, that
I got
feels
felt
fair.
up. I got to tell this story.
Oh, God.
I got to tell this story. I'm going to tell it real quick. So, before I got married, and I'm out with I'm the only guy amongst a group of female friends.
Okay.
And I'm on the dance floor with a few of them, and my one female friend who has literally no gaydar, saw this guy. And I'm dancing on the floor with a few of the other, it's just me and a few girls.
Mm-hmm.
And she points over to the spot where we're all dancing in the same little formation. And she points and says, "Hey, why don't you go dance with them?"
Yep.
So, but this guy was wearing super nice shoes, like one of the best looking guys in the club.
Yep.
And if you saw him, like, if you had any sense, you would know. By the way, Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Hey, this ties in.
Happy Pride. By the way, I'm actually DJing Pride Prom in October. I'm DJing Pride Prom
That's awesome.
in October. So we're going to talk about that when it comes closer.
Hell yeah.
So, proud ally, Okaloosa LGBTQ community, proud ally.
The best.
I love the Alphabet Mafia thing now. Like that's awesome. I actually like embrace that with pride. So anyway, but this guy comes up, and and of course, like you have all these like homophobic guys who are like, oh, like I don't care. I don't have a problem with gay people as long as they don't hit on me.
Yeah.
That's how you learn about consent, buddy.
That's it.
So. Well, I learned about it, like, and so this guy comes up and like just starts grinding on me, and like at first I don't know who it is, and then I turn around, I'm like, okay, and this is over a decade ago,
yeah,
and here's the thing is, like, not my preference, and like knowing that he got handsy, that's where I was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Just the handsy part is where I got uncomfortable.
Sure.
But that was my experience at Nighttown.
No.
So, like, lovely gentleman, wish him all the best. Like, I've slow danced with men, but I've also done it with consent. So,
there it is.
So, like, but anyway, but yeah, longing for club days.
That's it.
We're talking about longing for club days. You played at
played at Nighttown. Right at I think it was like the tail end of Nighttown being Nighttown, right?
Yeah, now it's a church.
I know.
My parents had their
That's
first
wild.
date at Nighttown.
That's wild.
Did you ever play at the Swamp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you opened up for folks at the Swamp, didn't you?
No.
Okay.
That did not happen. So when the Swamp was still the Swamp and not Al's Burger Bar, we did a couple of gigs as Helvetica, but there were other gigs where we played as Elusive from way back in the day. And we would do like the full cover freaking shenanigan, It was 4 sets, hot as hell, covers, any cover you could think of.
Kind of like what Shenanigans does now.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Which Shenanigans, shout out.
Oh, yeah.
Matt
Shenanigans,
Cyrus,
an amazing band.
My old drummer, he's
Yeah.
drumming over there. I love that man to death.
Oh, my God. This was hilarious, too. The last time I saw Shenanigans. Because they all dressed in Power Rangers t-shirts.
Of course.
And they all went along with the racial stereotypes of those Power Rangers t-shirts. No. Matt wore the Black Ranger shirt.
He's very subtle about those sorts of things, but he's so goddamn funny. I've never like
I noticed it too, and every now and then, I don't know if it's their bass player or the rhythm guitarist, but sometimes he's in. But Asian, and he wore
Brainerd.
Yeah, Brainerd. So Brainerd wore the Yellow Ranger.
Damn it.
So and I get it, 2 middle-aged white guys talking about this, but funny is funny.
Funny is funny, man.
Funny is funny.
But that's the thing. They're playing into it.
Yeah,
too.
they're playing. That was purposeful.
Right?
That was purposeful.
Exactly.
So anyway, so Club TFP.
All that to say,
yeah. Promoting Club TFP. We're doing. So people are longing for nightclubs.
For
so
sure.
the first night I did this, what I wanted to do was I wanted to do like the covers, the wristbands.
Yeah.
Like if you're 18, it's 18 to party, 21 to drink, only 18 and up. And of course, if you're under 21, you get the big X, the full nightclub, like late 90s, early 2000s
as much
club
as one
experience.
could have at Task Force.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, Task Force by trade and by building is a restaurant.
Yep.
So yeah, absolutely.
But I wanted to try it.
Yeah.
I wanted to see if I could appeal to the nostalgia of millennials. First night, total bust. First night, total bust.
I remember getting that call, and you were just like, "Oh man!"
Yeah, no, I was ready to throw my hands up. I had a sick dog at home too. That didn't help.
Oh yeah.
Tim Allen in Santa Claus 3, he says, problems at work you can easily solve. Problems at home, that's where the problems lie. And I was having, and I had a sick puppy, and so I was already in a shit mood.
Yeah.
And I was just building on the hope that maybe the word spread, maybe people will come. Literally, one person came specifically for this.
Man.
She was great.
Yeah.
She comes to a lot of my stuff.
Yeah.
And the second night, she was like helping rearrange tables. Her name's Andy. Shout out to Andy.
Oh, I love Andy.
Yeah, Andy.
She's awesome.
Yeah. So like such a sweet woman.
Yeah.
So so Katie said, and I was ready to throw my hands up. I'm I'm killing this. We're not doing this again. And she says, let's just make some adjustments.
Yeah.
We'll make some adjustments and try it again. And so made some adjustments. Decided to throw in music bingo for a draw.
Yeah.
We'll give away something, for a draw. I was thinking that the nostalgia alone would do it. No. And the drink specials. Of course, I didn't actually have the drink specials listed.
Right.
But then the club style drink specials, and then that caught on.
There we go.
And so, but then Trivia Diehards, Wolfpack came for a birthday.
Shout out Wolfpack.
Yeah,
man.
came for a birthday party. Quidditch Mom showed up.
Nice.
And they were and they saw it. They saw what we were trying to do, and they had an amazing time.
That's awesome.
At least according to them.
Yeah.
So they had an amazing time, and like I saw, like what I was envisioning was coming to life.
Yeah.
Like so there, 9 times out of 10, things that you envision do not come out 100% the way that you envision it.
Never does. But that's the beauty of it, right? You can
like
make
concept
it malleable.
versus reality.
That's it.
So,
but you can mold it in
Yeah.
real time.
Yeah.
You can say, okay, well, this
Yeah.
doesn't work. How about we try
So,
something else?
but we did a 90s night that night, and that's when everybody came out. And so, but then that is when I was able to capture it. Like I was able to get a few photos, make a promo photo that's legit from that second night.
That's gorgeous.
And like that floor was packed. The tables at that time were not.
Yeah.
Because it was a little bit later in the night, and so some people had left. But we had that floor full, and that's what I wanted. That's what I envisioned, and so I was able to capture that in that photo. And then so the next night, this most recent week, every table full.
Hell yeah.
Every table full. We
Hell
broke
yeah.
I wouldn't say an attendance record, but we did break a sales record that night.
Right.
A Friday night sales record.
That's insane.
Yeah, we broke a Friday night sales record. I've broken a Friday night sales record before at another place.
Yep.
This is my second place doing it. I'm pretty sure I have broken, or I shouldn't say we have broken sales records in the venues that we go to.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you're watching this and you have no fucking idea who we are or what we
You
do.
gonna learn today.
And you live where we live. Yeah. And you live where we live. The hype is real. There is shit to do north of the beach that is not going to the beach, that's not going to the tourist traps. Like there are other things to do for locals to do.
And
we welcome tourists too.
That's
like Rick's Crab Trap, they're in Fort Walton Beach. Like we welcome tourists in every now and then. Soundside, like it's mostly tourist business.
That's it.
So, like we welcome those folks.
That's it.
And so, but Club TFP, we're doing 80s this week.
Oh,
so 80s, that'll be on June 19th, Juneteenth.
Nice.
So it'll be 80s night. So going from 7 to 11, we're going to do music bingo to start. We're going to start music bingo probably around like 7:30-ish. And then drink specials all night, 2 for $1 Crown and Down, half off domestic, $5 on all seltzers. We also got stuff on apps, music bingo, $50 gift card to be given out along with some free pizza, free buckets. And so that is Club TFP, Task Force Pizza in Crestview, Friday nights, all summer long. And then once summer ends, then we're going to go back to Jello Jams at Eagle's Nest at Blackwater. We'll do an occasional Club TFP for special nights. I just got in, so I just scored. We're doing a Club TFP night on New Year's Eve.
Dude.
New Year's Eve.
That's an exclusive, ladies and gentlemen.
So,
holy cow.
So, yeah, we're going to do that on New Year's Eve.
That's awesome.
So, that's going to be huge. So, that is all the cool shit that we're doing. And, of course, again, Ace 50 Media, Paradigm Logic Studios. He does more of the, like, professional recording stuff. I just run my fucking mouth.
Yeah, it's okay.
So,
it's okay. You pass it to me. I'm gonna make it. I'll make it sound pretty. I'll make it sound pretty for you.
Exactly. So, Dose Johnny C. We will see you in a couple weeks.
It's time.